Hello, I got another Oktoberfest here. It's Genesee's. Hard to see, it says Genesee specialty on there. I don't know if I've seen this one. They said probably brewed since 1878, maybe I've just never bought it before. So we'll see. It says Oktoberfest style beer. But I think it said like Fest beer on the packaging or something, but what I do know is that this is probably the cheapest Oktoberfest in America. 12 pack is only $10. So it makes it cheaper than the Yingling one, which the Yingling one was not great. So we shall see. 5.5% alcohol. I think this was just released the past few weeks, and that is looking like it's not quite a Märzen. It's a little bit darker than your average Helles, but not quite amber. Interesting, yeah, so maybe this is going to be more like a Fest beer. Fest beers tend to be really pale, kind of just like bigger Helleses. Fest beers are what they actually drink at the Oktoberfest, and then there are the Märzens, which are usually the maltier, maybe stronger, darker ones. Actually, I think they're all supposed to be 5.8 to 6.3%. That's the official strength, even though this is 5.5. So many Americans are lower than that. Sam Adams is 5.3. So I'm actually kind of happy that this one is not too dark and strong and sweet or anything like that. This is what I'm in the mood for right now. Head looks pretty good, but I mean, kind of looks like, I bet this is maybe what the Michelob Amber Bock used to look like. Maybe it still exists. Yeah, it's not quite amber though. So, will it be as refreshing and clean as a real Fest beer? Very bready. Not quite toffee, but sweet toasty notes. Am I getting any herbal hops? I don't know. Maybe a teeny bit. That's so weird because Genesee has like these slightly more expensive but still pretty cheap beers, seasonal beers like this in their Bock. And they're so much better than regular Genesee or Genesee Light. Those are just some of the worst lagers I've had in America. But these ones I think this is definitely probably going to be worth it for the price. It really walks the line between Märzen and Fest beer really well. But it's not really quite Dortmunder. It's not pale enough. It's just like, they probably use a teeny bit of Munich malt in here. Maybe not a teeny, it's a small amount, but not enough to really take to the caramel level. It smells good, smells fresh. Similar flavor. It is pretty sweet in the flavor, but still just not quite caramel, really close. It's got a pretty good body. It's not watery, not thick and syrupy. And you could give this to someone and be like, hey, this is a small local brewery's Fest beer, or Oktoberfest or something. And you might be like, yeah, that's good, it's fine. And you wouldn't think that it was made by a big, basically like macro. It seems like Genesee is one of the few kind of old world macros that have continued, like just like Yingling. And there is some actual bitterness coming in. It's less herbal and more kind of peppery and spicy. I wasn't expecting that. I kind of like that bitterness. But with it comes a little bit of a mass-produced sort of thing. A little bit metallic. There we go. That's something that's not too great, but I do like how dry it is after a few sips. Because you get that real malt sweetness, but then it makes it way more drinkable, having that dryness. And maybe it has just a tinge of that mass-produced Genesee flavor But unlike in regular Genesee lager, it's covered up a little bit by some actual other flavors that are nice. Probably only deserves like a 3.5 or something like that. Yeah, probably couldn't give more than that. But if you want an Oktoberfest that you can drink and it's cheap and you don't really have to think about it, probably goes fine with food. This is perfectly serviceable, I would say.